edit it.
Nah. Nah, I like this because you're gonna get people that's interested anyway to watch, and then that's how I draw my own.
Oh, that's how you draw your
own base up.
Oh,
everything's all Instagram based.
Oh, I
Everything's
ain't
all...
telling you how to do that.
No. I appreciate it.
I'm saying so we gotta make sure we say everything on point. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, I edit it. If you don't feel like talking about that shit.
I'm saying.
Yo. We just gonna get this started right here. This is Claude Poe, aka Anthony Joseph Alexander, all the names, who fucking cares. You know what I mean? This is Attention Whores Podcast. I forget what number, 422, I believe. This one is called Godfather of Harlem, because I am with one of the Godfathers of Harlem. I had the what's the good word? The presence, the pleasure of meeting this fellow years ago when I was running through Harlem for no apparent reason. You know what I mean? And so what we're gonna do real quick, you know what I mean? We're just gonna go back down memory lane real quick, establish my man, how I met him, what he was doing, what I was doing. Then we're gonna get you up to speed on what he's doing right now. He's pretty much running a lot of things out here in the city. I've seen him take trips, different states, you know, establish himself out there. He's a DJ. He's one of my best friends. I know this man's family. Most of my friends, I know their family. I don't fuck around with just like, yo, what up, on the corner. Like, if you're a friend of mine, I know, you know what I mean? So, what up?
What's good, bro?
DJ Harlem Fat. What is the title I want to be right? DJ Harlem Fat, Harlem DJ
Fatboy.
Harlem DJ Fatboy, just so you don't get it mistaken. I could call him his official name, but I don't want to do that. He might hit me. I call Troy though. So what's Gucci, bro?
Everything is good, blessed, bro.
You know what I mean? Oh, and we are at one of his establishments here, the Ace Love. I like that. I like what you hold it quick, you know what I mean? The Ace Love is over there, whatever. I'll get a little whatchamacallit on that. But what's going
on? I'm just maintaining, you know what I'm saying? We gonna go into how we first met, right?
You want to go into that right now? I want to see how you doing right now.
I'm doing good, blessed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just making sure I'm taking care of myself, putting myself first. You know what I mean, and being more health conscious.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And just maintaining, man. You know, living life.
Yeah, we'll get into that conversation about health, COVID situations, and all that situation going on. But yeah, like, all right, I guess we can flash back right quick to the time that, I don't know how this happened, you know what I mean? There's a lot of other characters that, were there, but this goes back to when I had a record called The Elmo. Now, The Elmo was a record I made in Jersey, when I was out there, because it was inspired by my niece. It actually was inspired by a girl that I was dating at the time, that lived in like South Jersey, and she put me on to like the Jersey Club Elmo. I didn't know what that was. So in my head, I told her, I was like, yo, someone should just make this a regular song. I don't know why I thought that, but whatever. So fast forward. Phone's just going off. I don't know what it was.
That's my phone.
Oh, he's busy. He's a businessman. Gotta do that. So basically, fast forward.
Yo.
Look at him, got business. I can't even talk. What he talking?
That's good. I'm at the loft right now. I'm doing this little interview real quick, so I'm gonna call you back.
A little business shit.
Yeah. But I'm in the loft though.
In the loft. Oh, that T?
Nah, that's my boy God.
Oh, okay. All right, so real fast forward. Anyway, made the record, Jersey. My area, I got it popping, schools and stuff, people knew it. I had a situation where I met DJ Envy at a showcase. He liked the record, we had performed it. He liked the record the next day. He plays it on High 97 when he was at High 97. And that got burned and shit. So to promote it more, I said, yo, I need to go to Harlem, because Harlem got this light feed shit going on right now. This is 06. I made it in 06. By 07, summer of 07, I come to Harlem. A friend of mine told me he knew a producer, which is Black to Be, shout out Black, Tyron, and all He told me to go meet him at the what's the ball playing joint? Don't let me get fucked up. I can't remember shit. Polo Grounds.
155th.
Yeah. What's it?
Polo Grounds.
No, what's it called?
It's called Polo Grounds.
Is it called Polo Grounds?
Yeah, 155th.
I thought they called it something else.
Projects, right?
Yeah. By the train. So I go there, meet him, chop it up, and somewhere along the line, when I came out to Harlem, I ended up at a party.
At a cookout. It was a cookout.
Okay, a cookout.
It was a cookout on 153rd. It's like a little garden up there between Amsterdam and St. Nick. And
that wasn't Edgecombe.
it wasn't Edgecombe.
Okay.
The cookout was given by GFC.
Oh damn, you remember? Oh, shout out to GFC.
GFC is a team from my hood, from Sugar Hill, that we grew up with.
That's 140. Not what?
150th at St. Nick, but they from like 52nd, 53rd, and a group of guys that had a cookout. I was actually one of the DJs at the cookout. And long story short, P.O. pulled up to the cookout with a few other people who I know. You know what I'm saying?
Who did I come with? I was a DJ. I was with Don J.
Don J. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who else. I think it's just Don J.
It probably was me and Don J.
But long story short, he handed me his CD.
Elmo face.
Yeah.
He laughed at it.
I laughed at it. And he had his number on the CD. And I actually hit him up. And the rest was history. He came through.
No. Let me interject. I gave him the CD. He probably looked at whatever. I know I probably bit his ear off talking about, yeah, I made this and I make beats too. And I think that's why he called me. Yeah.
So I hit him up and came through with the TV, the PlayStation.
Oh shit.
And he actually sampled something, the Fatboys, and he had a couple other records that he had sampled, and I was rocking with.
First of all, not to cut you off, brother, because you invited me to the office or your house. Maybe your house.
House first.
House. This is how I remember it. Shout out and condolences to my brother Specs. I believe his father just passed. I just found that out this morning, I believe. Yo, dearest condolences to you, my brother. That's one of the, I met Specs. It was you and Specs, I think. Okay. And we were in your living room, and I played the I Died in Your Arms Tonight beat, and this nigga went crazy. I remember that. I played that shit, and niggas was like, yo, da-da-da-da-da.
You got that?
Yes, I got that beat. I still have that. I still have them. I'm still trying to fuck with some of my older beats too, you know. All those Fatboy beats was before its time, because nobody was fucking with like the 80s, early 80s samples, like hip hop shit. And then, I mean, to play off of DJ Fatboy's name, I was like, let me flip Fatboys. You don't have to do that kind of record. But when I flipped Fatboy, one of the Fatboy samples, he ended up giving it up to a few other rappers, right?
Yeah, I had some rappers hop on it.
What rappers were these guys?
I had Slim Dollars, Tron,
Big
Money Murph, and Triz Fresh. That was the Fatboy record, 88 Money.
Well, this is what happened. Before it was 88 Money, he had the Fatboy record. He said he wanted to do something with it. So yeah. I went away to Jersey, whatever. I come back, because I used to come from 07 to 09 faithfully. I'd be in Harlem from Thursday to Sunday, every week. I don't know what the toll was at that time, but it must have been sweet. And I came back and you said, yo, I got this record, it's called 88 Money. I'm like, 88 Money? What kind of shit is this? And they played the record and I was like, oh, this shit is a hit. Yeah. I was like, this shit's a record. Like, all you gotta do is freshen it up or whatever. So 88 Money was probably the first record that got me any notoriety out in Harlem, because nobody cared for Elmo. They was like, what is this bullshit? And for one, listen, Elmo was a different beat when I first made it. I made the beat, it was like some industrial beat type shit. And then I purposely saw Chicken Noodle Soup and was like, I'm taking their drum track. So I'll put their drum track over it so people can dance to it. So that's the whole Elmo shit. But yeah, that's when I came to Harlem and I started working with this man. We would be in the office like on a weekly basis, thinking of new records to come up, thinking of how to promote parties, printing out flyers, pressing up CDs, all that old grinding shit. We was doing that shit. And it just took a life of its own. I mean, I think in the earlier days, you had a rough walk up the climb because there was a lot of popular people out in the town at that time. And it was all about who's hot and who's popping and who had connections to everybody. So, yeah, that's how it was. And you kind of was on the bottom part of that. And I always was like promoting you and trying to get you in place. I've gotten to beefs over me talking shit and shit about, you know what I mean, Harlem Stand Up and Most Respected too.
Those was the times.
Most Respected, I got into a lot of shit over Most Respected. Shout out to Harlem. I know you probably watching this or whatever. But yeah, I screamed on niggas on phones and shit. Niggas was trying to see me, all types of shit. So, so I was wilding out here. I was a big mouth out here, pause. But yeah, where you want to go on from there?
Yeah, I mean, you know, back in the day when I was DJing in Harlem Heavy, it wasn't too many DJs that was actually wanting to play people's records and to show artists love.
They wanted to play their own people's shit.
They wanted to play their own people's shit. And I was just open-minded because as a DJ, you have the responsibility to do that. And because I have knowledge of just wanting to help and wanted to give back and wanted to do certain things, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the whole thing is like, even if I don't like it, somebody out there gonna like it. And at the end of the day, it's not about me. Because when you operate like that, you operating about self. So meaning when you operating about self, you're not really caring about the next man or caring about what position you playing to help the next person, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you know, you meet people who, you know, it's just something in you where it's going to draw you to want to do that and want to look out, you know what I'm saying? Just have that gift to do that, you know what I mean?
So what was it about me that you was like, this nigga's crazy, but I'll keep him around?
Yo, honestly, you know what I'm saying, you have good energy, and
I always like to push everybody up. Like, I have no problem if everybody around me wins, because if they win, I win. That's how I see it. Like, even if they play me, it's like, nigga, I help you at the end of the day. Like, you know that. So, you know what I mean? Like, I have no problem, you know what I mean, showcasing people. Like, you're the reason why I met Truth. Me and Truth were one of the best friends. You know what I mean? We go through a lot of shit. We talk about a lot of shit. And I remember when I met him on 150th, right in front. He had the You Turn Up. What was that single or CD he had?
Yeah, It's My Turn.
It's My Turn. I remember that. You know, the low cut.
A lot of people meet each other. Like I connected a lot of people to each other, man, because you know it's important to connect the dots. It's important when everybody share the same goals or the same energy or the same type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, whether it's rapping, or singing, everybody's on the same wave. So therefore, it's like it's only right to continue to connect, because one person could tell the next, and that's just how it goes.
Cross promotion. That's the best promotion there is.
Never be afraid to be able to, you know, introduce and like, you know what I mean? You know, put people together.
I think people just worried about their situation first.
Yeah, people was worried about themselves first, bro.
Shoot. See, he's a businessman. He still got to handle business.
Yeah.
Why
we doing the
you know what I mean? Like, I was like, boss. I was like, yo, I could do the interview even better. I'll come to the H law. You know what I mean?
Every person I'm texting, I'm like, I cannot get on the phone right now.
Look.
But we can text though.
Look. Well, he gave me his time. I just needed like the most hour of his time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We just gonna go through it and shit like that. So basically, the front running. I came out to Harlem talking big shit. Had a single. Nobody liked the single. Ended up making new singles and new records with this man, with other people I'm meeting out there. Shout out to Black Caesar once again, because if it wasn't from him, Stickum would have never became a record. And that's probably my most notable record out here. Is Stickum when I did the Fatboy shit over. Shout out to DJ S. also. Yeah. Shit, I can't even think of the people, but shout out to DJ Brad Diesel. I don't want to mess up the nigga's name, but you know DJ Brad. Yeah. You know what I mean? He played my records. What's my man? Ruxpin. DJ Ruxpin.
Yeah.
Shout out Ruxpin. Always when I got a new record, he's like, yo, what it is, give me a clean version. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to all the DJs, you know what I mean? Shout out to, I call him Fatboy, I call him Billy, I'm sorry. This is my brother though. But shout out to him, you know what I mean? And that's basically what we were doing. I was out here for 2 to 3 years time doing all that shit. And then after I stopped coming to Harlem because I had some issues with certain people and it was getting a little tight and shit was changing, people were going in different directions.
Facts.
This man started running shit. Like he started getting more gigs, you know what I mean, getting his name out there, the parties became fatter, more people coming, more notoriety, people that already were big was giving them props. You know what I mean? So talk about that. Like you come up on that.
Well, in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, it was like we started throwing parties, house parties.
Yeah.
And you know, in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, everybody was motivated, everybody was inspired. And as I continued to throw these parties, you know what I'm saying, with the team, I started to also get booked to DJ other parties. And because I was into music and because the majority of the people around me was doing music, I felt that it was my job to play these records in the parties. And these records became big by me playing it in the parties because that was just one way of pushing the record. And growing up, we didn't really have like a real direction, like the mixtapes I was doing and the CDs I was doing. I didn't really have like a crazy knowledge of mixtapes, like on some no limit shit. I was just doing it, just going with the flow. And to think about it, handing out my mixtapes on 2/5, the subway, you know what I'm saying, giving it out to people, not charging, just giving it out for free. Yeah. And promoting people on a mixtape, not charging for slots for the mixtape.
Shout out to this man for putting me on a mixtape with Ferg. Before I even knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, that's a fact. Bro.
Yo, I was like, word, shit, that's what's up, boy.
Yeah, so you know, the plan was just like we gotta get the music out. But then it wasn't about social media back then.
Nah, you know that was the MySpace.
Yeah. You had the MySpace, the Skonex, you had, you know,
Facebook was just coming into play.
Facebook just getting into play, but it wasn't about that. It was really about just planting that seed and finding ways to get the word out there. And that's one thing I can say about myself, that I always was willing to do the legwork. You know what I'm saying? I think
definitely. I've seen them.
I think as artists, a lot of times nowadays it's comfortable to the point where they go based on their social media. They go based on inboxing people hitting them up, commenting on their page.
Well, it was more tangible when we was doing it. You had to get CDs pressed up. You had to get flyers pressed up. It was the early social media age where you wasn't really, unless you emailing shit.
Yeah, but I just think that people was just more comfortable.
Yeah, because everything is here.
Yeah,
everything is handed to them.
That too, but on top of that, I just think that you gotta have the balance of doing both. Mm-hmm. Having that presence, because you could be popping online all you want, and I never ever saw you or seen you. but you know you good when it comes to this being popping online. Some people is good.
Yeah, but some people make their whole business shit online.
Yeah, exactly. So do what works for you at the end of the day.
Like this.
You know what I'm saying?
Like this works for me.
Yeah, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? Listen, at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, like, you're not the only person that knows the podcast. If you're a talkative person, then podcast is for you. Because podcast, regardless of video, you know, you also have audio. And people want to hear a person speak.
They want to hear their specific person's opinion.
Yeah, exactly. They want to hear what you got to say, because whatever you say could get them through their day and get them through whatever.
That's why I listen to certain podcasts and shit. Like, and you find out you have something in common with them.
The goal is to be inspired. You know what I'm saying?
Keep talking, brother. Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? The goal is to inspire people and just make people feel, you know what I'm saying, welcome, man. You know what I'm saying? Let people feel welcome, let people feel like they, you know what I'm saying, got something to look forward to.
You know, it's Harlem. I gotta check my car out here. Yeah, but on some real shit, yeah, definitely you were always feet on the ground when it came to getting your product out and everything like that. But like, what was there something, because you started taking flights to Cali, to the South, promoting your shit, playing out there, going to other countries, like you was moving. Like, this is when I kind of went back to Jersey and started rebuilding my presence in Jersey at that time with other records and shit like that. But still having a connection to my brothers out in Harlem, but I just wasn't out here as much. That time I started seeing you slowly take over. Like, you took the helm as far as fuck it, niggas is gonna take me seriously about this. You know what I mean?
Well, the reason why I went up to Cali, well, one day it was me, my boy Dubs, and Ferg, ASAP Ferg. We was on the couch in my house, and we was talking about Cali and talking about that we gotta get out there, because around that time it was like, yo, Cali is where it's at. Ferg had some obligations because, you know, he was into the fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My boy, he was a writer, so he was into like just like the film and the television, and it was me that had the CDs that had the music.
Yeah, so y'all trying to put all that together.
So the plan was like, let's go out there, and what made it really happen was, you know, I was featured on an MTV show with my mans, and
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was like some girls, something. I remember that clip and all that.
Yeah. That didn't really pan out to how we wanted to pan out, but it's a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? We got through it, we got past it. But the most important thing from that was what it taught me. It taught me how serious the entertainment industry is, and as far as, you know, just certain things that transpire with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna really go into details, but certain things that transpire with that made me realize how serious it is, how real it is. And my boy who brought me on to the situation, he taught me, you know what I'm saying, like what it is. But I'm forever grateful for the opportunity, because I was featured on the show. It aired over the world. Yeah. And I was on the show as DJ Fatboy. You know what I'm saying? So whatever marketing or whatever promotion I got out of it, I got out of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I use that to my advantage. I also made a way to when Ferg was on the show before he blew up. And I was like, yo, listen, like at the end of the day, somebody faced, and my man was on the same type of time. He was like, yo, somebody got to win out of the situation.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So, you know, and it just go to show me how I know there's people out there that's not for self. You know what I'm saying? Because my man that plugged me, shout out to my man Dubs, he actually, in his mind, he was doing the show, but in his mind, he was thinking like, yo, like, somebody got to get a situation out of this. Like, well, we got to have a spin-off after this, or maybe somebody...
You can't drop the ball right after.
Yeah, somebody might be seen, because this is MTV. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
this is what MTV was like, MTV, or at least MTV2, one of them two.
So, because he even thought about that, that should inspire me to continue to look out as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm in position, if somebody offer me something, if I can be able to get one of my man's songs behind the commercial, I'm featuring a commercial, there's little things like that you gotta pay attention to. That's how you really can identify a real person from a fake person.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's how the California situation came to play. And after that, I just kept going.
It's okay.
Yeah, you good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how that came into, fruition. You know what I mean? I just kept going after the fact. Yeah.
Shit. And then from then on, you came back to Harlem and you started building your brand. You know what I mean? Like you started really building your brand. Like to the point where now, when I come back to Harlem, I'm like, there's a difference. Like I could feel the energy.
Oh, yeah.
I could feel the confidence. I could see the people.
Mm-hmm.
I see the outdraw. And then and from that energy, and it took me a long time because when I used to come to Harlem, like he had his apartment. He lived in his apartment, but then he had this little apartment that was called the office that everybody would congregate for different situations. Okay, I was in there making beats. Okay, other stuff was having parties, all types of stuff. No man, use your imagination, whatever. But he had this room, and it took me a while to figure out that your father was the landlord.
My mom, she was the president to the association.
Oh, okay. So that's how you had that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that had construction done on it.
Yeah.
And y'all moved, and now you're back. But from that, I seen like how he was raising a family that's built on like a certain type of entrepreneurism, taking something and building on it. So in that turn, you purchased this place.
Yeah, I could tell him a quick story about that. So, the pastor of the church, you know what I'm saying, is a real good guy and family, that I admire as well. He watched me and my brothers grow up, and my dad actually told him, like, yo, the place next door from the church, cause we just sit here. That could be like the church's hall. That could be like, something for the church or whatever the case may be. And he got his hands on it, and then I was just supposed to just be the guy, like just open up, you know what I mean, and just be here. But I came here and I took the initiative to start cleaning it up. I was in here bringing people in here to work. I had keys, and then then he blessed me and said, yo, go ahead, do your thing, and I came up with the name H-Loft. I said, I'm going to set the tone because of my following. I'm going to have people come out and I'm going to do certain activities. And in the beginning, we was just throwing parties because that's all I knew. Before the showcase, before the artsy stuff, before the
event planning, before the baby showers. What else we do in here? Talk to him, man. Talk to him, man.
We do baby showers, we do sweet 16s, we do anything you can think about.
Receptions, whatever you need.
Facts.
That's what I'm talking about. You want to get married over there? Come do the reception right here. That's how we do it. Boom.
So that's really how that came about, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I was just open-minded, and I just built a whole structure with this situation, you know what I'm saying? I started making flyers. I started telling people, like, yo, you need a place to have your baby shower, you need a place to have your event, you know what I'm saying? I got the spot, I got this, tables, I got chairs, you know what I mean? And everything else is history, man.
I remember when you first told me about this spot, I had no idea, and I came in here before it was done, because you took me through here and took me out to the roof part. I was like, oh, okay. And I think none of it. I was like, oh, you got a little spot. I'm thinking a couple parties. That'll probably be it. How many years has it been so far? 3, 4 years?
6 years.
Shit! 6 years?
6 years, bro.
15?
Yeah, about 15, 14 years.
See what I'm talking about? I disappear, this nigga becomes kingpin. But at the same rate, I love that. But this is one of my little bros that even though I couldn't get to where I wanted to get at that time, I was like, yo, you can still do it. I was telling him, like, you can do it, fuck these other niggas, man. Take what you got and build on top of that. Yeah. And that's exactly what he did, and that's exactly what you could do. You know what I mean? All I do with this podcast, when people are here, when I'm just here, shout out to all the other podcast hosts, artists that are on here. Should have had Alina's book here, always promoting. She's on the book tour always. Jonathan's on the beach with his family, and whatchamacallit's cutting. What can I say? I gotta keep it rolling. I'm Joe Budden. Fuck. Without the other stuff that's going on. But basically I do it to present people that I know, present people that I know that's been working, and put a spotlight on them. So I could show them, like, this is one of the people that I came up with that showed me how to hustle also. You know what I mean? Like, we was out on the street giving out CDs, giving out flyers, all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to that. Shout out to all the hustlers out there. You know?
Yeah, shout out to the hustlers.
You know what I mean? All day. This is Harlem. Hustlers.
Harlem, for real.
Yeah. So what else is on? What else you got going on? You got a mixtape going on right now that I ain't a part of.
Nah, the mixtape ain't done. I'm still working on it. I put out 2 records called Regular, which is like a club record, party record. And I got this other record, it's like a soulful record called We On It. It's really just me, just having fun with music. You know, I think a lot of times, you know, we put too much pressure on ourselves to make a project. So what I did was I just said, you know, I'm gonna do this project. You know, I did a mixtape called Transition. You know what I'm saying? Basically showing myself from a DJ to an artist. And I'm still an artist. I'm still a DJ.
When I met him, all he wanted to hear, he was like, "Yeah, Elmo's cute, it's cool and shit, but I like street shit." I remember he was like, "I want to hear that street shit, bro. I don't want to hear none of that cutesy artsy shit. Give me some street shit."
And I think that's what's really separated me from a lot of other DJs that was doing music, because a lot of the other DJs in Harlem that was doing music
was all about.
They had all party. You know
but that's what was happening at the time.
So the reason why I stood out is because I had more of a broader music. You know what I'm saying? You would have thought that I was, you know what I'm saying, out in Texas or out in the South because I had the sound. And I was like, damn. And then I was making anthem type of music and big collaborations. I was bringing artists together that been trying to do music together for the longest. Like, it's like I had like a certain level of respect where I could have had everybody in the same room at the same time. We was recording, you know what I'm saying? Like, people grew up with certain people and it was like, damn, I can never get with niggas, but as soon as you set it up, it's like it happens, you know what I'm saying? And I know that's one gift I had, is like I make things happen, you know, as far as preparation and just bringing everybody together. Everything is about unity, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best way to get everything.
You know what I'm saying? Bring everybody together, everybody on the same page, and you plan and be effective, you know what I'm saying? You set goals like that you want to see happen. And I think the reason why a lot of other places and a lot of other states is winning due to the fact that it's more unity, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is spread out, everybody is in different states, different boroughs, but they come together for the right time, the right moments, the right reasons.
The arrogance of New York has been killing New York since the 80s. Like, past the 80s, past the early 90s, you don't need to be arrogant because that's why it showed in the music. New York music sounds like everywhere else now. It doesn't. Most of it don't sound like New York type shit. So we stopped making the shit that we were making because we consider that old school or not playable because everywhere else plays all the other shit. So just stick to your guns as far as what you want to do, what sound you want, and you know what I mean. It'll work. It's an audience for everybody, especially in this day, in today's world. You know what I mean? Still on the phone, still looking. You know what I mean? Chopping up, making business deals. You know what I mean? Cryptocurrency going up the hill and all that shit. But yeah, man, that's what's up. So, what else you got on the plate, brother?
Right now, like I said, I took a break from the music. You know what I mean? I took a break from the business, but you know what I'm saying. Now I'm back to the business. What else I got going on? Starting in June, I'm gonna start back, getting back to the music, and getting back to working on the project. I just think that sometimes, you know, we get pushed in position, we get pushed in situations where we're forced to cut everything, put everything on pause, and get certain things
right. Not to cut you off, I think with all the COVID situation in the past year, everybody was kind of like down, like not knowing exactly how to move.
Yeah, I still was moving through COVID. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was too, but I still didn't know how to move artistically. Like, is people going to receive this? Should I still be talking about regular shit with this going on? You know what I mean? How they going to, do they want to hear this or do they want to, you know what I mean? You had to deal with all that. Shout out to all the motorbikes outside, fucking home. So, that's kind of where it was. And not the chop what you were saying about what you're going on, but since we're talking about COVID and health, you know what I mean? His name is DJ Fatboy. He was obviously a big guy. He was bigger. He lost some weight. Congratulations.
Yeah, definitely. I lost about 70 pounds.
You know what I mean? And he had an issue where he had to, you know, he's starting to, he has changed his diet, how he eats.
Being more health conscious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I put it, you know. You gotta have a balance in life, you know what I'm saying? Like, to see results, to see certain things, you gotta have a balance, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean cut all the fun out, that don't mean cut off certain things, but have a balance. That's just my way about it.
That's his nice way of saying get on your dean, motherfucker, basically. That's pretty much what it is. And we actually had a good conversation about COVID before we got in here. Yeah. And he had said him and his brother had caught COVID. And I'm interested because, you know, I'm like an anti-COVID guy because they're very suspicious about everything. But, you know, like I tell everybody, I work in a nursing home, people die, and I know that I don't really like how the media portrayed it from what I think it actually was or is. I think they put extra sauce on it. They said a lot of shit about, you know, outbreaks and shit, and I know somewhat about outbreaks, how it would be, and I didn't see people just dropping on the ground. So I had a very difficult time, like, accepting what they were telling me. So, and the numbers are just numbers. Anybody can come up with it. Like, if you think about it, if you go online right now, you go on Instagram, you go on Facebook, whatever book or whatever, you go on Twitter, whatever. If you go on there, they will show a picture of whatever they want to show and then have words in big, bold words saying, this guy did this. Now, do you know that for a fact? No. But are you taking that information as a fact? Most people do. They don't do the background check on anything. They just see it, they accept it, and they run with it. They accept it, or they tell telephone, and it becomes a whole nother story. So that's the reason why I have issues with just being told things without any background check. Like, just how it is. But this man said he had COVID, so I was asking him exactly what was the situation with it. He said he felt, I don't want to take the word, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you feel like you're sick, of course, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you're tired, you know what I'm saying? Shortness of breath because of your lungs, you know what I'm saying? Being that your lungs corroded. So, you know, they told me I had COVID, you know what I mean? If that's what COVID is, then, you know what I mean? It's not like there's a cut or a bruise, it's like there's a feeling, you know what I'm saying? So they said I had COVID, so
what did they do when you had COVID? Did you put on a ventilator?
Nah, I didn't get put on a ventilator. I wasn't that bad off, you know what I'm saying? You know, during the whole time of COVID, you know what I'm saying? Me and my family we was juicing heavy. We was heavy on the herbs, you know what I'm saying? The elderberry, the ginger.
Yo, heavy on the good shit.
Yeah.
The shit that heals it all.
Yeah. So we was heavy on all that, you know what I'm saying?
That's the young truth with the, all that boss shit.
Yeah, so we was already like on that. What happened is me and my brother was on our way back from LA. And
big talk shit.
On our way back from LA is where, you know what I'm saying, we think that we could have possibly contacted COVID. Because, you know, when we came back to New York, there was a lot of shit shut down. It was like, we got back like...
What time frame was this?
We got back like March 10th, I think.
So wait, this is when it started?
Yeah, when it started.
Oh, so wait, hold up. So
I still was traveling.
So you traveled before?
I traveled before.
And then on the way back, it was when everything was about to shut down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was out and about, you know what I'm saying, in the air, in the world.
And that's before any mask or anything.
Well, it was just starting the mask, you know what I'm saying? And it was just having like a case or two here, a case or two there. And then boom, it happened. You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 weeks later, we both were sick.
Okay.
He was sick first, and I was sick after.
Okay, how long were you sick? How long did y'all feel sick for?
I would say a good like a week.
Okay, but in that week y'all was in the hospital.
That week, probably 3 days. I was in the hospital for 3 days. He was in the hospital for 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he was better off.
I mean, you know, he had sleep acting though. You know what I'm saying? He had the sleep machine.
Oh
so,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I also had sleep apnea. My sleep apnea not bad anymore.
My father had that, so I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to get too busy because my father had. Do they give you like the thing when you sleep?
Well,
my father had.
They gave that in the hospital. Yeah.
Okay, in the hospital. Okay.
Yeah. I don't use a machine. You know what I'm saying? I probably sleep better if I had a machine, but you know what I'm saying? I sleep way better.
I mean, that's to tell you, if you don't have to do it, don't. But if you have to, but it'll be annoyance. Like I've seen it, you know, like
it's very annoying. I think I don't use it even more now because.
But if you have to use it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna tell you not to fuck with that shit. Like.
Yeah. I don't use it. You know what I'm saying? Not because I don't want to, is that I haven't got comfortable with it as of yet. But due to the fact that I'm losing weight, you know what I'm saying, everything is like better.
Better, yeah, it's lighter on you.
Yeah, so the more I lose, the more that shit might just fade away. You know what I'm saying?
You might not have to. You don't have to do it.
All right,
you have to understand.
Well, yeah, man. But everything's a part of everything. Everything's a part of life in this life journey. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things you will have to learn. You can't question, and you just have to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there's certain things that we don't want to admit. You know what I'm saying? Or certain things that we kind of look over, look past, and don't pay attention to it because until somebody else make us have to pay attention to it, or until something transpire, until you force
to deal with that
situation, and then that's when you have the wake up call. But other than that, man, life is good. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, it's important that you don't be hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you know certain things you gotta correct and fix, you correct and fix it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? You know, that's the most important part. You know what I mean?
It's just that people have to learn how to do that without. They feel like they're sacrificing something they want so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really no pressure. It's like, you know what you gotta do, so you do it. If it takes you a long time to do it, but as long as you do it and get it done.
yeah.
And I think a lot of times people, they beat themselves up to having to compete or to feel the need to compete to do that challenge or to do that thing. You know, it's like, nah, don't pressure yourself.
I think a lot of people don't want to end up on the wrong side. I've learned a lot from people, like they don't like being wrong or being told they're wrong.
Oh, nah.
Because and let me just say, being wrong is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Even if you're an 88-year-old motherfucker, it's not a bad thing. It's all learning. Even if it takes you long, it's all learning experience. So you take that L with it and be like, all right, that wasn't the right way, and then we go about it this way. Then you won't have to be wrong anymore because you corrected it, and then you be out.
For me, I'm glad that I'm at a point in my life to where I'm not afraid to learn.
Yeah, a lot of people
I don't try to be like I'm too good or I'm not open to somebody else's suggestion or somebody giving me feedback or somebody giving me some type of pointers or inspiration or anything, motivation, anything. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times people already got their mind made up.
Oh, 100%. All the time.
To how they want to be, who they want to be.
The majority of the time, how they look, online, everything. They got it set up. And if you go against that, they have a problem with it. And really you don't. I'm just being a mirror and showing you who you are. Like, I feel like I'm able to look at myself in the mirror every day and be like, this is what it is. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the best looking. I'm not that guy all the time, but I'm gonna have that in my head. Like, yeah, I am. Fuck that shit. Like, you have to have that in your mind and go on with your day. You feel what I'm saying? So, or if not, you just gonna be sitting there sorry for yourself your whole fucking life and shit like that. Yeah. But man, it was nice talking. But what you got plans going on, bro?
I think the plans that I got going.
When am I gonna get on the mixtape? The other mixtape.
Well, June we tapping back into the music.
Okay.
So June I'm gonna be having a lot more sessions. I'm gonna start inviting niggas back to the studio. We gonna get it back going again. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I'm gonna give this music thing one more run. You know what I'm saying? You don't get this one more run because it's not like a hobby. It's more like a comfort. You know what I'm saying? And doing something that you like and motivating others.
It's like it's something that it's not a hobby. It's something you love doing. It could be considered looked at as a hobby, but it's not. But I think with you and your business mind, you're like, let me see if I can really push this into the way I want to push it. Because before it was like a lot of trial and error. Right. Even though that comes with learning, shit like that. But you know what I mean? I fucks with it. So you got some records. Anything else you want to plug, talk about?
Just look out for the regular video. Look out for the video for We On It. We're gonna shoot that real soon.
That's the regular joint. I heard it.
Yeah. We shot it, but
that was the one on the roof and all that.
Yeah, Tron couldn't make it, so
y'all gotta do another scene with Tron.
We're gonna do another scene.
Yo, Tron, man, get off Facebook. Stop talking about all this. Yeah, I see your baby boy and all that, but stop talking about all this relationship shit and get in the fucking booth. You did hold up. You did that one record, my nigga. It was like, I got to come. Where's the rest of the record? And I'm gonna talk shit, nigga.
Shout out to the whole team, man. Shout out to Tron. Shout out to Truth, CLS, Rel. Shout out to my brother T Mills.
Troy.
Shout out to. Shout out to the whole team, man. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to all
HSU. Shout out to the whole HSU team. Shout out to everybody.
I'm staying the fuck up.
Shout out to Pio with his podcast.
Whatever, man.
Appreciate you.
Nah, I appreciate you, brother. And I've been wanting to do this pod with you for a minute. We're going to have to do another one. I want another one with all the boys in the back. Yeah. I need some more stories. There's a lot of shit that went on between 2017 and 2019 that I was involved in, that he was involved in. It was crazy.
Facts.
But we're here now, you know what I mean? He's a very nice entrepreneur, up and coming, you know what I mean? Like he said, he has the H-Law. For any event you're interested, contact him, whatever information you want to give them.
Follow me at Harlem DJ Fatboy, HARLEM DJ Fatboy. Follow the H-Love at the H-Love space, THEH-Love space. You know what I'm saying? Holler at us. We here over and out.
You feel what I'm saying? I guess that's it. You know what I mean? Anything else you want to do? Say, the floor is yours, bro.
Everybody continue grinding, continue pushing, continue being around people that's going to motivate you, inspire you to be great. Continue to be around people that's going to keep it real with you, 100 with you. Continue to be around people that's going to have your best interests at hand. Continue to be around people that's going to make sure that they elevate you and you elevate them, and y'all both help each other, inspire each other. Continue to push the envelope. Continue to be the best that you can be. Continue to inspire the people around you. Continue to motivate the people around you. And that's really it.
Yeah, man. And continue to braid the hair when need be.
I got a kid.
I caught him on the off. Listen, hold up. He's a busy nigga. He's a busy man. And I said, yo, let's do it. And normally I do it at 8. Nah, I got other business. All right, let's do it this, then nah. All right.
We still while I'm doing it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I couldn't get this person for him, but shout out to Harlem DJ Fatboy, my brother. Shout out to his family. Shout out to the whole HSU. Shout out to everybody in Harlem that I came across. Keep grinding, all that good shit. Pio, we out. Next episode. Godfather Harlem, goddammit.
Yeah.